What's up, my servants of doom? If you're looking for an ultimate Huskarls guide, you're in the right place of hell. In the background you're already seeing the intro video of the Huskarls, and the game is explaining some skills for them. Here we have the one skill, the Sea Search, and we have the Huskarls Charge. After chanting, that's the first skill, that's the Sea Search skill, which is really damaging. That's the Huskarls Charge, which is even more damaging. As you can see, that's really nice. So, first, the doctrines. I have the Epic Sword Doctrine 1 on them, the Iron Sight, Huskarls Radar Doctrine, Siege Radar Doctrine, and Defense Doctrine. So, if you don't have the Sword Doctrine 1, you can also take the Slashing Damage Doctrine. You can take the blue one too. And the Siege Doctrine, if you don't have that, you can just take the Block Doctrine. If you don't have Iron Sights, you can take more Damage Doctrine, Slashing Damage, no blunt damage, you only need Slashing Damage for them, remember that. And you need the Huskarls Radar Doctrine, that's really important, that's the best doctrine for them. That's 15% more damage straight. So, the Veterancy line. I went bottom for them because I just like the little heal, it's juicy and it's fun. So, they take also less damage from melee units by 12%. Then they deal more blunt damage, which is sometimes useful, but you don't need it really. And then while chanting they take 10% less damage, which is okay. So, why I went split line on these both lines? Because I want more defense, slashing defense, that's 10% more slashing defense, and here it's 10% more piercing defense. Then 5% damage reduction from cavalry, and then you get 12% more slashing armor penetration, and 10% more slashing damage, which is really good. You could take damage to pikemen instead of the cav damage reduction doctrine, but I just like the cav damage reduction because they can tank cav charge from cataphracts actually when they are chanted up, and that's pretty cool actually. So, about the abilities. I'm gonna quickly hover over them, and I'm gonna explain them later in the unit training. So boss node, those cards get information in front of the hero to help to fight off enemies, which basically ready to me or cover commander. Then the chant, which is the best ability. No, actually no, I'm kidding. It's not the best ability. The best ability is those cards charge and Sea Search. But to get to these abilities, you have to chant for 10 seconds to get to Sea Search, or for 15 seconds to get to Huskarls Charge. If you chant 20 seconds, you have the max stage of Huskarls charge, which doesn't deal more damage, but you have more time to activate the Huskarls charge, which is really good. And Iron Sights, of course, it's from my doctrines. So let's get right into the unit training. So here we are already. At first I'm gonna show you what the stages do of the chant. First stage, 30% movement speed, 17% damage reduction, and plus 200 armor penetration. Second stage, plus 25% movement speed, plus 22% slashing. I'm sorry, plus 22% damage reduction, and plus 250 penetration. Stage 4 or stage 3, aka 4, it's both the same. Gives you plus 28% movement speed and plus 20% damage reduction and plus 400 in armor penetration. So how to use those cards properly in the fight? You chant them up to stage 3. And then you drag them in with X. Then you do the charge, and then they deal massive amounts of damage. Then they punch a little bit with their axes. Then you do Sea Surge for more damage. And let's pretend the enemy is not dead and you're still in the fight. You activate the last ability from the chant, and then you just X and V them. And you chant, and you V them. You chant, and then you V them, and then they deal a little bit more damage than if you only activate the first ability, because they use their axes. So again, you chant them up, then you X them and V them. Chant them up, you V them. You X them, V them, chanting up and V. So here we are in some gameplay already, and I'm gonna show you the basics of those cards in a real ranked battle. So I flanked them from behind using the charge, then with the movement speed also, and then I used the Sea Surge for insane damage. The short sword is a little tanky, but yeah, that's what short sword does, right? Then I activate Boss Note, then I chant them up, then I X them and V them, and I use the first ability which comes up after chanting. Then I get the little Nodachi and the Palace Guards with ease, even though they're brace, but I get help of the Berserkers. So here we come to one of my favorite clips with those cards. I chant them up while I am using my grape shot and try to kill the short bow, but didn't manage to kill him, sadly. But now those cards come in. Use the charge, and then I use the X charge and X ability method, which is I X them in and then I use the abilities. It's more micromanaging because the AI was not that good before the change, so you had to play the AI basically. And I cleared the whole point alone with my Huskarls. I got some help from my heroes, but basically I cleared the point with my Huskarls, getting 40-50 kills, really good clear. Now I'm gonna show you the first match with my Huskarls. It was right when they came out, like the day after, I guess, and I instantly wiped out the unit of Iron Reapers and the unit of Braced Palace Guards with losing two Huskarls. 15 kills, and now the Palace Guards, I'm gonna kill them too. I got help of my allied units and heroes, but my Huskarls do a big job there. And now that you learned how to play the Huskarls, and maybe you mastered them already, after my ultimate guide, you get a bonus gameplay video, which I'm gonna show right now. It's 4 clips with the Huskarls, and I'm demolishing everybody. I'm like on 40 kills right now. I pushed the gatehouse on this map. Sadly, I forgot to clip that, but you will forget it after you see the next couple of seconds. I instantly wiped out these Imperial Bikes plus Hero, and now I'm gonna wipe out the Berserkers and Sons of Fenrir. And maybe the hero, I'm not sure. So, and the hero dies. Yep, he's dead. So I have 17 left still. And now we're gonna go to the next clip. Palace Guards trying to charge in our lines. It doesn't work quite well, right? So I'm gonna charge my Huskarls back up to get their ultimate shredding abilities. I'm gonna disrupt it for the brushes for my allies. But I'm not gonna use the charge, I'm gonna use the movement speed of my Huskarls to kill the hero. And I'm gonna go into the javelins, use my sea surge to kill all the javelins in 2 seconds. Plus the hero. Sadly it's just an assist, but it's really good. Now I still have 11 Huskarls left. I chant them back up because I see a unit of Berserkers coming in. I try to block them with my hero. And apparently they're confused right now, the Berserkers, because the AI is sometimes not that good in this game. So I just charge my Huskarls, kill the Berserkers instantly. And I'm retreating now because we got a hero. And Sea Surge is gonna kill them and finish them off. I'm on 91 kills with Huskarls now, only Huskarls. It's the only unit I used in this game, so it was a really good battle. Now we're gonna go right in another clip where I show you Huskarls beat Berserkers.
Because we have a samurai and
I see Berserkers coming up.
I'm gonna charge them now, they're gonna die.
I'm charging them in, Huskarls, and the Berserkers,
why am I over here? I will be going
they die instantly.
Saw that?
This is the way to do things.
Now the hero dies too.
Me, friend.
And I was pretty happy after that one.
Yeah,
And that is actually one of my
tanky and
favorite
somewhat,
clips.
yeah. And they're more tanky and
I'm talking with my housemate right now here about
about
shield maidens, which I really like to. And I'm preparing my Huskarls for the final charge. I don't know where I charge yet, but I'm gonna find out now. I'm gonna... If you heard me, I said I wanna try that, because that was like the second day I played Huskarls.
Let me try something. I want to try that.
So I said let me try
Is
something.
there too much there? No.
I was figuring out those cards, what I can do. So there's a pretty bunch of big blob of units. I'm just gonna charge in and get like 30, 40 kills instantly. X-Raiders, Grey Hairs, Imperial Shields. I lost 0.
Yeah, I lost 0 and I did 30 kills.
Yeah, I got like 30, 40 kills. That was pretty good. So if you saw that clip, it's probably the most insane clip with Huskarls I've ever done. It's really good. So here we go on another clip on Conqueror Castle, which is one of my favorite maps for javelins, but it's a really good map for Huskarls too. So I decided to X the Huskarls in, then use the Huskarls charge. I don't use iron sights yet. Now I use iron sights, because I use iron sights as soon as they hit the enemy, and not before they hit the enemy. So you want to hit iron sights as late as possible to get the most out of it. And I got the short bow, the ice short bow, and I got like 40 kills again with Huskarls, and I lost 5. So, now we reached the final clip I'm gonna show you guys. I have way more clips, but that's gonna show how those cards are after the patch and after the buff they got with the new doctrine and stuff. So, basically I will axe them behind the pikes of the fortress so they don't get hit by the pikes. And then I'm gonna use the charge. I'm not gonna use iron sights yet. Now I'm gonna use iron sights. Because I waited until my sea surge was ready, because, as I told you before, the damage reduction buff is less on stage 2. That's why I activate iron sights later. And I obliterate the whole enemy lines. I decided 2 times to get back the supply, but I didn't do it because there was only peasants and I could XV them with my strategy. And if you use that strategy, you will be the Huskarls king, basically. I hope you learned something about Huskarls. I'm really happy to see you in the fight. Have a great day.